As you look at this defense, and we've talked about this a couple of times, it appears that Steve Wilks wants to play with 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. What's the advantage of that? What do you see this defense being? How do you see it taking shape?
Yeah, I think that they're going to have 2 linebackers on the field about 80% of the time. I think that what that allows them to do is use what they attacked in free agency, trade market draft, which is those hybrid defensive guys like Eric Murray, Morgan Burnett, Sheldrick Redwine. Those guys, obviously, Demarius Randall is the thoroughbred there. But even Jermaine Whitehead, who they have been obviously, if you've listened to reports, been counted on heavily in minicamp and OTAs, they're going to use players in and out of that third linebacker spot, that hybrid role, a guy who can cover the slot, a guy who can blitz the quarterback, a guy who can be a force defender and run game. They made themselves very flexible in the defensive back position in terms of the inside corner and safety position, those guys that can move up and move back. And I think that that'll lend themselves to be able to play the run game better as the speed has increased across the league, but it will also allow them to match up with personnel better. And instead of putting a third linebacker on the field like the Browns did last year between Kirksey and Jamie Collins, they'll have a more athletic player who can play zone coverage, feel more comfortable, but can also match up with slot wide receivers and tight ends as teams deploy more and more guys out in routes in a passing league. So it's beneficial in both phases if used correctly, and you have to have the right personnel. And I think the Browns did attack that personnel issue with that position pretty thoroughly this year.